Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday.
Hello, Walnut. It is me, Laz, here for another episode of Walnut Wednesday. And guess who walnutted today? Me. So I thought I have to come and tell you straight away in real time that I walnutted today. So Walnut, if you're new here, my name is Laz. I'm your host. And Walnut Wednesday started as a podcast, but has since morphed into like a movement of sorts, encouraging you to be brave. But something that I like to talk about quite often is the baby steps. A lot of the guests I've had on the podcast are people in like my online personal developer world where they are already, full-time entrepreneurial bananas who are just following their soul calling and working for themselves, which you would have noticed if you're in real time following the episodes weekly. However, something that I have a point of difference with, I suppose, is I resonate a lot with weaning periods and with baby steps. So it's kind of like I started this podcast in 2019, and what's slowly happened is I've just taken step after step, little bits of brave, little moments of compounded courage to get to where I am now, which is in a place of sort of like hindsight, like, yeah, you did that. But I also still have, big dreams and a long way to go. So I hope that prefaces enough of where I'm going with this. But I am currently still working in a corporate world while having a walnut world. So it's kind of like I feel like sometimes I'm like a secret agent where I wear all these different little hats, because in my corporate life, my 9-to-5 job, which consumes a lot more of my time, I don't feel the need to sort of talk about Walnut Wednesday. It's like they're not really my people, where you're my people. You're my person, Walnut. So it's a little bit like a need to know basis. It's not a place of trying to keep myself small or out of fear. It's just more, it's not really, and when you just don't need it, it's like when you try to talk politics, not that I would talk about politics anyway, Walnut, because I find it boring, but it's like when you try to talk politics to someone about who believes in the opposing party to you do it. Sometimes it's just like, it's not a conversation worth really sort of having. Never thought I'd ever compare Walnut Wednesday to politics, but there we go. So what was I saying? I basically just wanted to say that I work full-time and have a walnut, but the goal is to wean off corporate life and walnut full-time all the time, all week. My working life hours, my 9-to-5 to just be Walnut Wednesday. So what I did with my walnutting today was something that I've kind of been procrastinating about for quite some time, which was I sent an email. Sounds like, well, Liz, you sent an email. But this email is very important because I have been spending months on months fighting around with the idea that I want to start reducing my 9-to-5 working hours so that I can have a walnut day a week. And I fighted around that and then had a conversation with Geordie. Then I found around some more about financials and if it was feasible. I have a mortgage now and all the things. Then I found it around because I'm going on leave soon, so I can't ask too much of my managers or anything like that. Then I found it around just because life, and I found it around, and I had a voucher amount saga. And now I'm here where I just had that push, like I think it was maybe a more splenic than sacral, where it was just like, you know that you're fighting around. Now you've left it way too long. Now it's fighting around territory. It's not just waiting for the thing, it's fighting around. So today I typed an email, I sent it to Papa Walnut, I sent it to my dad, and then I sent it to Sissy Walnut, and I said, can you please proofread this? And I celebrated that I proofread it, and that I sent it for proofreading. And then they said, yep, looks good. Asked a few questions, and I replied to the questions, and then I sent the email. I sent the email requesting for 1 day less a week, so 4 days, to work 4 8-hour days. Having done the math that Walnut Wednesday will contribute to make up my salary and all the safety net things that one needs to do to keep the human monkey mind safe. And I clicked. I clicked my little finger, went and hit send. And it's been a long time coming to have this moment. And now that the moment has been, if you're not watching on the YouTube Walnut, I'm just kind of like dork grinning and basking in my courage that I've had, because it brings moments like this. It's kind of also like, Walnut, if you resonate with the corporate life, calling in sick or asking for a favor, or any time where you're kind of like, you want something but you feel awkward about asking it. That awkwardness, right? So I mentioned the fighting around. I was like, oh, I've already booked annual leave, so I can't ask now because then they'll be mad at me that they want that I'm asking for more time off. La 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 la. It really was a cop out, wasn't it? I admit that. I admit that, Walnut. So I just want to share my walnutting this week. As I sent the bloody email, I sent the email, I walnutted, I asked for what I needed, I was brave. And you know what? The worst that could possibly happen, there's no saber-toothed lion going to attack me. I'm not going to get fired. I'm not going to get, no one's going to get angry at me for asking a question for myself, for my well-being, for my like happiness. The worst thing that's going to happen is it gets declined. And then I just live my life as I have been, still walnutting, still talking to you every week, still doing Reiki, still doing all the stuff while having a 9-to-5 job. And then one day I just won't. And because I know and I have full trust that one day Walnut Wednesday will be my 9-to-5. Probably not those hours, but you know what I mean. So I'm really proud of myself, Walnut, and I guess for this week, I would just love to remind you that you can do anything. You really, really, really can do anything, and to really look at yourself, and if there's something that you've really been wanting to do, but maybe you have been fighting around, or maybe you haven't admitted to yourself that you're fighting around yet, I just want to give you a little permission slip to say that you deserve to ask for what you want. You deserve to ask for what you need. You deserve to ask for what you desire, and you're worthy of the thing. And a little challenge to yourself if you are procrastinating, like, how come you're procrastinating? And just know, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen by sending an email just asking for one thing? When literally my job is, I get asked multiple 500 things a day by hundreds of different people, and I respond to them and I make them happen. So why the F can it not happen for us, right? So that's my picture. Happy Walnut Wednesday. I hope you ask for something for yourself today. I hope that you are brave, and I hope that you enjoy your walnutting, and I hope you have a moment like this where you're dork grinning because you walnutted hard, because you're amazing and you did the thing. So good luck, go forth. Please share, let me know how you go, jump in the walnut tree and celebrate yourself when you have walnutted, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.